in this event. And currently, EU is starting to build up a pretty big lead here, about 50 points ahead. However, that gap could easily be closed out on here with our 6 matches today. We still have Sandhawk actually coming up next as our first match of the day. Then we go into triple Erangels and double Miramars. Yep. Sandhawk, are we going to have a hot drop again? We're going to find out. Let's head over to our commentators to kick off the day here with Hot Jukes and Kalaris.
Here we go, final day of the PUBG Mobile Regional Clash, EU versus MEA. EU currently in the lead, and Enigma Galaxy not too far away from them. They could definitely have a comeback, and honestly, if it's gonna happen, I think it's gonna happen right here off the start. I think Enigma Galaxy has to start off strong, get a nice, 10 elimination chicken dinner, maybe a little bit more than that, and we can see it happen.
I think what we saw from them on Sandhawk yesterday was very slow from Enigma Galaxy. Of course, they eventually were able to get not too bad in terms of placement points overall, but they were hanging around way away from the circle for a little bit too long when this team could quite easily find themselves a better place in the circle much, much earlier. So let's see how it's going to react. Let's see what that circle is going to do for us as well and for the team of Enigma Galaxy.
Yes, indeed. What kind of zone are we going to get? I'm still waiting for that Sandhawk cave. Been waiting forever.
Well, you'll be waiting a long time.
I've never seen it. I think I remember seeing it one time, like 4 years ago in a game, but I have not seen it since. So one day we'll get it. But that day be today, and it's gone.
And it's gone. That's unfortunate.
It's gone.
Just like $60, it's gone.
Just like that.
We've got ourselves, excuse me, here, going up against Brute Force to start things off. He only has a Car 98.
Hit it, please. Oh, come on. Oh, I thought he did for a second. I was so excited. I was so excited.
He did take damage, right, though?
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He did hit it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Just not hard enough?
Not hard enough.
Sorry,
you hate
bro.
to see it. But you know what? I'll tell you what. I did talk to Brute Force, and I talked to Prepod before this, and I was like, hey, how you feeling? He's like, hey, man, yeah, obviously, we got a couple chicken dinners. He was honestly talking about what he should have been 3.
Ooh.
That one Miramar match where they did get a third party by Fireflux. That was kind of a tough thing to see for them.
Yeah.
But coming in today, they said, you know what? We're looking to hopefully get some good chicken dinners and maybe even, get a third place finish, maybe even a second.
Well, and he's gone.
And he's gone.
Sorry, Prepod, sorry. As Beck will be able to take him out on a rock. It's always hard to make those transitions just blindly through here and not have the information. Meanwhile, Havlik still in this compound. We did see a reinforcing move from Furia up towards this position, but I think he's driven all the way past, so he's leaving. He's leaving. He's out of there.
Out of there. See what the strategy's going to be. So, excuse me, Brute Force, both losing a player early on.
I mean, what you were saying about this at the beginning of the game, and whilst we take a look over at where Painan is, for Enigma Galaxy, this is a great circle.
It's just true.
So it's an opportunity. It's a launching pad for them to try and catch up with the train that don't have no brakes, Regnum Carrier Esports, apparently.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, if we have a trend of what happened yesterday going into today, they should get circle every single time. So
and 6 chicken dinners.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, so let's see how Enigma Galaxy is going to stop that. Now, they do like to drop near Sami, so they are going to be pretty well set up for this circle, especially if that zone decides to go to that southern island. I don't want to see a split between the 2 big islands.
Oh, I'm gonna say we're getting that southwest island.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes. Just for you, Hot Jukes.
Let's see it. Let's see it. And we're gonna see, excuse me, losing a player early on, but they're in the US. Just go ahead, going on into another part of this island. Now, staring at the map, we do see gladiators up at the top where they normally like to be. Pixie with a huge off angle. I want to see them kind of pick things up and get to that bridge a little bit sooner than later.
They previously did a little bit of damage to Demuerte on a drop like this, of course, because they realized that Demuerte was still dropping around here, as we're seeing a little fight from EK going on in the hills. But they've not done that this time for Gladiators. And Brute Force, fortunately for them, can't catch a break.
Yep. Losing player after player. Only one player up. It's going to be Neo's, and he is pretty lit as well. So Brute Force not having the start, obviously, that they were looking for. Going to have to get it done in Erangel and Miramar.
Yeah. If there was ever going to be a victory that was extra that they did not receive, it probably will not be this one, as they've only got 1 elim point on their board. Neo's here, just going to try and scramble for a position, scramble for an eventual few placement points down the line. And here's Nexus on board with them now, who have they found themselves a very central spot. So it's a good start for a team that is struggling at the moment.
Oh, big time. Yeah, they got a big ladder to climb up this leaderboard. But you know what? Teams in that 4th, pretty much all the way down to like that 11th place finish, they can definitely see some big changes there. So if your squad, like Gladiators, right, I think this is a huge match for you here because a good chicken dinner, you could be in that battle all the way up for top 4.
You want to save some face.
Yep.
A little bit, right? With a lot of people having big expectations on people like Gladiators. Now, the one thing that I want to see from Gladiators in this game is sometimes when you have a circle like this, they linger on that Northwest Island just a little bit too long. They have all the room in the world to play with here from that Northwest Island. So hopefully they mosey on a little bit faster than usual.
Let's see them do it. You know, we're looking at Mad Bulls right now. We just saw some stats from the average 5 eliminations in Sandhawk. Uh-oh. Blick.
Sees the feet.
Ooh. Zooming in on that 6X. Trying to get some shots onto Beck. Sometimes shooting in between these trees can be sketchy, though. Can he hit it? I wouldn't do it.
If they'd have both shot at the same time, I think it would have worked on out. But Regnum Carrier here, Gangster's going to be rolling up on them here in Painan. The move does happen. There is some mollies going through, as well as some nades being charged up. How well can Gangsters breach this location against Regnum Carrier, who's normally able to hold down compounds very, very well? We saw it throughout the entirety of yesterday.
Regnum Carrier, that's what they did all day yesterday indeed. Let's see how Yusuf is going to try to break this open here with that nade. Uh-oh, a little bit of mistiming from Gangsters. They lose one. A nice little return fire, though. Yusuf has to win this 1v1. Gets another. And, oh, Loxy almost made it happen. But Regnum Carrier, first team out today. Was that on your bingo card?
Well, no, actually.
It was
not at all. You remember that train that had no brakes?
Yeah, that train. I remember that train.
I guess it's just a mountain in the way. It's just...
It was like, choo-choo.
Oh, sorry, train.
Hate to see that.
That's rough.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that they're panicking right now. That lead that they have, they are just like, oh, no.
That's going to give you some sweats, I think, for sure. Like, you wanted to come in here. Obviously, they looked great on Sandhawk yesterday. To go out dead last in the first Sandhawk of the day, you could let that get to you a little bit mentally about this day, and it gives these opportunities for Enigma Galaxy to catch right on up.
100%. I mean, if you got your ear to the ground right now, you can hear that door just start to creak open. And I guarantee you, Enigma Galaxy, they saw that in the feed. So this is their chance if they want to get that championship belt on their way. So I talked to Coops. He said, you know what? I don't even want an MVP. I got too many MVPs already.
Yeah.
I want a championship. So this is the time to do it.
Could quite easily make it happen here. Not a bad circle as well. For a lot of focus now on this Southwest Island. So for a lot of teams are going to be trying to move on over there or position themselves on Painan as well as the river to maybe make a move if they need to onto the mainland. But that is very unlikely to be occurring, as we do have Toffee still scouting out this bridge. Taking the shots.
Got him. Got Volt. And the remaining member. Oh my gosh. What a shot. 2 players from Vision Esports just out just like that.
This bridge still has quite a bit of value even after this circle has closed, because it is still a good transition path and it will be in the blue, so teams might use it thinking people aren't here later on. So yeah, that's a good little spot to be able to camp out there for the moment.
Yeah, it was smart there from GQ. I think they definitely did their homework, realized that in a zone like this, teams like to think that they're safe going down that bridge, and we're able to take advantage of it. Very, very nice. Meanwhile, we're watching Painan. Okay, next Riyadh. Very close to Gangsters. Gangsters just being very, very sneaky right now, waiting to possibly spring the trap.
Next Riyadh, where are you off to here, Frozen? Looks like he's going to reposition this vehicle. Just use the small spot that he can cross the river with.
Yes, indeed. Let's take a look here at Wash, holding it down. So, I mean, this is that planning phase. You know, the zone is still big enough to be able to kind of get a little breathing room. I think this is a really good area and time as well to try and camp rotations, just like we saw GQ do right here. So, worst case, if it does go wrong, you still have enough time so you don't have to worry about that third party as much.
Yeah.
Next zone, that's definitely gone.
We give Toffees a lot of credit for that double there, but there was also supporting fire coming in from his teammate, so well coordinated by GQ, holding that down. Now, Enigma Galaxy, it's looking towards Excuse Me's compound. This is just a little bit north of them here.
This is where it gets a little bit risky because the zone is starting to close. Timing is everything here. If they decide to take this fight, they have to put a little like a 1 minute timer on it because it has to finish quick. Because if it doesn't, that third party is definitely coming.
Maybe. We will see here. Excuse me, still just using that third person to try and see exactly where their opponents are. Vision is rocking past this, but they're going to get absolutely exploded. Everybody's shooting at them as they move past. Next, Ruya was able to start things off.
Bye-bye.
And they're finished, man. Done and dusted.
Just like that. Yeah, obviously we saw GQ waiting for them over there near Camp Charlie Bridge, and since then they were just trying to find another spot. Got taken out immediately. Next zone, about to pop. Are we going to go down to the southern island? Maybe even a Ruins finish? Let's see it. Or are we going to see a nice split down the middle?
Well, speaking of splits, I'm kind of scared about Gladiator split up at the top at the moment. If you're holding Trifecta, the last thing you want to be doing is having then an entire team coming across Trifecta like Dimwerte up at the top. With a 2-2 split like this, it's a bit daring. But look at that. Okay, so Gladiators could move together and then start taking some positions on the west.
I mean, what do you feel about Gladiators deciding to take Ruins right now? Do you think that's a good idea?
Ooh, not Ruins. I'm scared of Ruins.
I am also scared of Ruins.
If the circle shifts there, cool, that's brilliant. If it doesn't, you're done.
Yeah, it is really hard to get out of here. Now, there is that little hillside up on top of Ruins that you can still rotate away if that zone goes south.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that is where they're taking now. I am happy to see them group up together and head in that direction.
Well, it allows Dimwerte to also pass on by across the water, so that's nice. But as you say, that kind of lip south of Ruins is amazing as a kind of vantage point to be able to work with. So maybe they go there, maybe they go to a compound, we'll see. But it looks like they might choose a compound. Next Ruya here, rocking up on Octavian.
Literally rocking up right here. Let's see what Octavian could do. He knows he cannot get knocked, has to play it very carefully. Oh, that Molotov, forcing to run backwards. That is just instant knock.
Great zoning, great control there by Next Ruya, but at the same time, they're not done just yet because Kapahala is coming in as reinforcements to try and stop this. Frozen and Yekta a little bit far away on the angle to try and reinforce where Z-Wolf is.
Gets him, takes him out right now. Let's see what Kapahala does. He tried to throw that nade. There's going to be a nade thrown right between him. Frozen is down to 1 HP. There's a 2-1 split right now from Nexus Gaming. Beautifully done. Exo Machina able to get the double. I would have wished to see that timing be a little bit more synonymous, but they were able to get it done. But here comes Gangsters with the third party. This is what I was talking about. This is that time where once you get that fight, you got to finish it almost instantly.
Very quickly. You got to try and finish it off, but it's not to be the case here. Gangsters, I must say, rocking up a few points here and there. 7 limbs for them. They've approached this game in a bit more of an aggressive stance, and it's definitely worked out, even though they've lost 1 player, but, 3 alive, still all right.
Yeah, I think this was a big day for Gangsters so far. I mean, this is that save face day for those teams at the bottom, right? Yeah. And I love the fact that they did their homework. They caught Vision early on, and they are playing it aggressive. Now, they do have 7 eliminations with 1 player down. Great game still in the works for them. Now, the zone starting to close. 41 seconds left on the clock. The lull before the storm, because zone number 4 in Sandhawk, that's where it starts to get picked up.
This is scary. Falcons in 1 vehicle. If they pass by just a few guns, this could be absolute disaster. Let's see how far they're able to get. They're going to try and absolute blast through here. Where are you going?
I want to just hear their comms, and I wish that they were just doing nothing but Falcon screeches as they drive in on some Mad Bulls. DBS is in hand. They get 1. They do have the advantage, and this is what happens when you split up. This is the main thing you have to worry about. A screeching Falcon, whole entire squad coming onto one side of your team.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to even kind of predict sometimes in these moments. But yeah, Mad Bulls is going to be falling as a victim to it. The car does explode now, but Falcons can get the recovery going here with a few smokes. That was successful.
Yes, it was.
Oftentimes it's not, but that was successful.
I mean, not to mention sitting at dead center of this next circle, so they're in a great position. And let's see what happens as Road to Glory Esports now chilling in the blue zone. His bike is getting shot up, and he gets knocked in the process as well. So Road to Glory are going to lose Kalaga.
I actually just want to harp on that for a second, because that could be the winning play of this game.
That's true.
Falcons
Literally.
sending to that compound. It's high ground, a compound in the dead center of this next circle. It's a very, very extreme play. We've seen them try to do it on previous Sandhawks. Absolutely fail. It's the line between insanity and genius.
Yes.
And right now, it's genius.
It's that big coin toss, and it could work out, and it looks like to be working out for them big time right now. Because that coin toss could have been Mad Bulls all 4 in that position,
Blasting
and
you.
Falcons gone, gone. But they caught that split, took advantage of it, easy 2 eliminations, and now you're good to go. Final player from Brute Force does get knocked out in the process. Now we're starting to see Nexus Gaming get into it, and Enigma Galaxy as well.
Let's see then, as, all of these guys on the edge plays are going to have to scramble for a position now. You can see Road to Glory still held out. GQ's doing a really good job of it, but as time goes on, the longer Road to Glory just sits here and doesn't show themselves, it actually also hurts GQ. So they're actually moving 2 players north to try and get an anchor position a little bit later on for this.
See where this next zone is deciding to go. So it looks like Toffees is opting to kind of just camp out and try to pick up these eliminations. Yep, they're going for the drive through the smoke. Toffees instantly. There's 1. There's 2. Can he go for the 3-peat right here? Full squad wide. He's got the angles, and it's over.
Really well done here, and I like GQ's decision-making. You don't have to have 3 people to hold them dead to rights. Leave 1 person behind. Send everybody else forwards to try and get yourself a spot.
That's a huge play, because in Sandhawk, there are some times where it's just so hectic. Trying to get a chicken dinner here becomes impossible. Let's see what Enigma Galaxy can do against GQ as they try to get the drive up. Does not work out for them. So Enigma Galaxy doing a great job of holding it together. This is a great example between them and what Mad Bulls did with their split.
And they've got good transition points as well if they head north. This circle is about to shift as well. Toffees is going to be the last one in for them. Falcons has flexed south of their compound to try and hold some teams away from actually encroaching on their territory. And Gladiators still looking at Demuerte across Ruins. And I'm going to say, I really didn't like Demuerte's transition into Ruins in the first place. You asked me earlier, do you go into Ruins? Almost every time, my answer will be no.
Yeah, 100%. It is Good Luck Valley, and Aces is definitely feeling that right now. Elementrix gets taken down in the process. Oh, a nice shot from Aces onto Kitsune. That does take away 1 angle, but now he's going to have to make it happen against McHugh, as he's going to go ahead and find a different angle here against Aces.
That nade.
Aces is done for.
That nade was unbelievably far. Throw-wise. But yeah, as you say, Ace is here. He's going to try and heal out, but he has not much cover to work with. Meku and Tixie could just hold this angle for days and then still have a transition into the next circle if they so desire.
Let's see what they decide. This is always that tricky point, because sometimes you want to prioritize zone rather than getting those elims. But McHugh is going to be right on the edge of this next circle. Now here comes a big important fight. Enigma Galaxy could be coming up against the Falcons. And yeah, Demuerte eliminated.
Yeah. I realized how stupid my sentence was. They have a spot to go into the circle if they so desire. Of course they desire it, James.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
You know what? My big question is seeing Gladiators right here. Do you think that rotation was intentional?
Absolutely, 100%. Smart plays, just getting in there as fast as they did. Very intentional. Good question, Hot Troop.
Thank you very much. Let's see what Enigma Galaxy and what their intentions are, because, we did see Regnum Karia go out early. Got to remind everybody, this is that second place team. They're starting to put up some eliminations on the board, so if you are Regnum Karia right now, I think you got to start biting your nails.
It is a little bit difficult to deal with when Enigma Galaxy is so good at staying alive into games. Even the Sandhawk that I referenced at the beginning of this one, shots come through from Coops, where they were so far away from the circle, they still got themselves some decent placement points. So they will continue to persevere, but you probably want to get Coops back on his feet.
Yes.
Because that was a great shot.
Indeed. I mean, wow. Nice little double tap right there from Matic. And they are going to pick up Coops in the process, but losing this armor at this stage is never a fun thing. 30 seconds left on the clock. This is zone number 6. Papa Blue's going to come in hard and punish you if you stay in it. Let's see how they're going to move out from this position. Look at Gladiators.
I think Gladiators is going to maybe try and wrap north. That's probably one of the only entrances that I can see here for them. Likewise, Nigma Galaxy. I think they wrap south, man, as we're looking at them here. I don't think you try, and they might try and push on the Falcons compound, but you need a lot of smokes to make that happen. They do have a few mollies, which could change, turn the tide a little bit.
Let's see how Falcons opt to hold this. If you're the Falcons in this particular zone, it's time to stand up and play hyper-aggressive. You want to be able to put some points on the board, so you do not want Nigma Galaxy pushing on you for free. Nice smoke wall here from the Gladiators to push up on the Mat Bulls. Zurich throwing out some nades, just trying to delay them as much as possible. But Gladiators did make it up to them, so this is going to be tough to defend. Nice nade from Zurich.
Yeah, very, very nice to start things off, especially since they're only 2. Remember, Mad Bulls lost 2 to the Falcons Crash earlier on. That is, again, more damage going off against Gladiators. Gladiators doesn't fully know this is only 2 players right now, so you can see that they're playing it patiently because they're not aware of the numbers game.
Uh-oh, Falcons were playing it very defensive, and they allowed Nigma Galaxy to get close. Axer up in the front. Nice couple nades here, as we do see some off angles come out from Nigma Galaxy. Shots coming from every single direction right now. Let's see what Rauf's going to do. Full snake play. Axer with this angle is huge for his team.
More nades.
Oh, here comes Coops.
That's the DBS singing its song here on Sandhawk.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Can he do more?
Let's see if he can. Coops holding this angle. Lord gets caught with a nade in his hand. That's going to force Coops to try to make a play here because 6 is coming from Tixie. Gladiators, I think, smells a little bit of blood in the water, but 6 holding it down with that M4. It's just Coops left.
Gangsters is also rocking up on this, and they were shooting from the distance as well. So this is going to be an extra third party. They realized that they could take an opportunity and try and control the south side of this. Gangsters is playing a game that we just haven't seen from them before.
They are picking their fights, and they're picking them well, right on time. Coops is going to go for this res here on the Lord. He does get it off, as he does have that angle, because Falcons looking in every single direction. Oh, Coops now got his eyes locked on to Gladiators. Yep, get the easy points while you can. They are completely stuck in the open.
And Coops is just like, I'm going to shoot at everything, as we still see Nigma Galaxy here trying to push up and against it. Lord doing quite a bit of work. The nade going through helps out. And then, unfortunately for them, they go down. Falcons holds on to this, but they need to still deal with some Gangsters members.
And here they come. Gangsters,
it's just Jafar.
It's just Jafar. He wanted to do that solo third party. And honestly, the timing is looking pretty good right now. One nade could definitely take out these 2 members from Falcons.
They're so battered.
Oh, he gets caught though. 6 was, he knew it was coming.
Yeah, he did. He did. They were so battered, they realized they had to get the heels off before anything was going to go down. That being said, EK, we haven't focused on them too much this game, but they've done a lot of work for themselves. S12K, round the rocks, going to try and dance Gladiators. That's a good start. Will he be able to get second? The turn! Oh, Ragnar! Yes, the 2-piece.
This is why you play a TDM before this match right here. He's had that shotgun warmed up, locked and loaded. Let's see if they can bring it all the way to a chicken dinner here, as the Falcons now have their back against the wall.
Yeah, the numbers advantage on EK, and will that send earlier on for Falcons be the winning play? I mean, they've got themselves up to second at least, but going up against this, I don't think there's much hope.
Uh-oh, Teak with the off angle. Last one up for the squad, but that is gonna be it. It's GK Esports with the first chicken dinner on the day, with a lot of eliminations as well.
Yeah, not bad at all for a Sandhawk here. 22 points going their way. And again, I think that obviously we saw as this compound became absolutely pivotal in this game for teams trying to get themselves placement, and then GK understanding exactly when they had to say, okay, let's get aggressive on this compound. Let's not allow them to reform, get some semblance of defense. They were in there swift, and they finished it fast.
Yeah, you know what? I also got to give a big shout out to Gangsters as well. I mean, I think they played this game pretty textbook, you know, camping a nice little vehicle rotation for Vision early on, getting there, and their timing was good. They just had their whole team out by that end of it. So good points on the board for them, but at the end of the day, GK really clutched it.
I mean, we memed about the idea of sometimes